Hey, Pi family, stop everything you're doing right now because the game just changed completely. Omenda Pi Pays has officially adopted the global consensus value of $314,159 per Pi for all transactions, and people are literally buying brand new cars for just 0.15 Pi as we speak. You know what this means? Your Pi mining wasn't worthless. It was building real purchasing power this entire time. I'm looking at a 2025 Toyota Camry, iPhone 17s, high-end laptops, all available right now for fractions of Pi that most of us have already mined. This isn't another empty promise or theoretical announcement. This is live commerce happening today, and it's proving that the value we believed in was real all along. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details that are going to blow your mind, do me a favor and check out my Telegram and Facebook pages. All the links are sitting right there in the description. That's where I share the real insider stuff, the updates that don't make it to YouTube, and honestly, some of the conversations happening there are incredible. Trust me on this one, you'll want to be part of that community. So here's what just happened, and you know what? I'm still trying to wrap my head around it myself. Omenda Pi Pays just announced they're fully embracing the global consensus value for every single transaction on their platform. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, here we go again with another announcement, let me tell you why this one hits different. You know what's been eating at me for months? We've all been accumulating Pi, watching our numbers go up, but deep down wondering if we're just collecting digital dust. I've had friends ask me, when are you actually going to be able to buy something with that Pi? And honestly, I didn't have a good answer. Well, now I do, and it feels surreal. My honest take? This feels like the first time Pi Network has moved from theoretical to practical in a way that actually matters. Sure, we've had small merchants here and there, but seeing major purchases like cars and electronics, that's a game changer that even I wasn't expecting this soon. The global consensus value, that $314,159 per Pi that we've all been talking about in forums and chat groups, it's now being used in actual commerce. You know what that means to me personally? It means our community wasn't just dreaming when we came up with that number. When I see a car listed for 0.15 Pi, I'm not looking at some random price. I'm looking at our collective belief system being put to the test in the real world. Honestly, I'll admit, when I first heard about the GCV, I thought it was way too ambitious. But seeing it actually implemented in a marketplace where people are making real purchases, it's making me rethink what's possible here. Let me paint you a picture of what's available right now on Omenda Pi Pays. And you know what? I spent way too much time browsing through their catalog last night. They've got this complete digital showroom that honestly looks better than most car dealerships I've been to. We're talking 2025 Toyota Camrys, Ford Mustang Mach-E's, Honda motorcycles, electric bikes, all priced in Pi. I was literally sitting there calculating how much Pi I'd need for that new SUV I've been wanting, and you know what hit me? For the first time in years of mining, I was actually shopping with my Pi balance in mind, instead of just watching numbers go up on my phone. My genuine reaction? This is the first time Pi mining has felt like earning instead of just hoping. When I look at these prices, I'm not seeing impossible dreams anymore. I'm seeing actual purchasing power that I've built up over years of consistent mining. The tech section is where I completely lost it though. You know what caught my attention first? The latest smartphones, laptops, gaming equipment, all the stuff I actually want to buy anyway. That high-end laptop I've been saving up for with my regular job, it's listed for about 0.00636 Pi. I literally had to double-check my Pi balance because for the first time, those numbers started making sense in terms of real-world value. Here's my honest assessment. If you've been mining consistently for the past couple of years, you probably have enough Pi to make some serious purchases right now. That's not hype, that's just math based on what I'm seeing on this platform. Now, let's talk about how this actually works, because you know what, I was expecting it to be complicated like most crypto transactions, but it's surprisingly straightforward. First, you need your Pi wallet set up with some balance. Make sure you've done your KYC and migrated to mainnet if you haven't already. I know some of you have been putting that off, but honestly, now's the time to get it done. Then you just open the Pi browser and go to Omenda Pi Pays. From there, it's exactly like shopping on Amazon or any other site. Browse, compare, add to cart, checkout. The only difference is when you pay, instead of entering credit card details, you're authorizing a Pi transaction from your wallet. My take on the process? It's actually easier than buying crypto on most exchanges. No complicated wallet addresses to copy and paste. No worrying about gas fees, no multiple confirmations. It just works, which is honestly refreshing in the crypto space. You know what I think this means for the bigger picture of Pi Network? This creates real utility for our coins, and that's something I've been waiting to see for years. Every currency needs to be useful for something other than just trading, and this marketplace is providing exactly that kind of utility on a massive scale. But here's what really gets me excited. You know what happens when other businesses see Omenda successfully processing high-value transactions with Pi? They're going to want in on this action. We're talking about a potential snowball effect as more merchants start accepting Pi at these values, and it could be the catalyst that turns Pi from a mining experiment into a true economic ecosystem. Every transaction at the GCV price strengthens that consensus value, creating a real record of commerce and making it harder for anyone to argue that Pi has no worth. This feels like the breakthrough longtime miners have been waiting for, building legitimacy through actual transactions instead of speculation. The impact isn't just financial but psychological too. When someone in your neighborhood shows up with a car bought with Pi, the project stops being an abstract idea on your phone and becomes a real asset that can change lives. You know what that does? It validates everything we've been doing for years, and it does it in a way that no white paper or technical explanation ever could. Here's my honest prediction. The pioneers who have been consistently mining and actually accumulating Pi are about to be in the best position they've ever been in. This isn't financial advice, but if I had to bet, I'd say we're looking at the early stages of something that could completely change how we think about digital currencies. Look, you know what I think is going to happen next? This is just the beginning of what could be a massive shift in the Pi ecosystem. We're going to see more merchants, more products, more services all embracing this GCV model, and honestly, the timing couldn't be better for those of us who've been mining consistently. If this update got you as fired up as it got me, smash that like button. Seriously, it helps other Pi miners discover this information when they need it most. Drop a comment below and tell me what you're planning to buy first. Are you going for that car upgrade? Or are you more interested in finally getting that tech setup you've been wanting? You know what's most important though? Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're entering a new phase of the Pi journey, and I'll be covering every development as it happens. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Don't forget to join our community on Telegram and Facebook. Those links are in the description, and the conversations happening there are incredible. We're all figuring this out together, and having that community support makes all the difference. My final honest thought, after years of mining Pi and sometimes wondering if I was wasting my time, this feels like the moment everything starts to make sense. The Pi revolution isn't coming anymore. It's here. It's happening right now, and we're all part of it. Thanks for watching, Pi family. Keep mining, keep believing, and get ready to start living the Pi lifestyle. I'll see you in the next video.